Smell what the
Kank
is cooking.
Good evening. It's Tuesday the 31st of March 2020 and this is your COVID-19 daily update. My name is Umar Kankiya, also known as the Kank, and I'm here just to give you a little bit of a breakdown of what's just been discussed in the daily briefing that's just taken place. So the daily briefing tonight was given by Michael Gove, who's the Chancellor of the Duchy, and he basically explained that sadly we've had 381 deaths as a result of COVID-19 here in the UK, which is the single biggest amount of deaths that we've had since this pandemic started in this country. Obviously yesterday was only 180, so we've had 201 extra deaths on top of yesterday's figure, which is sad to report. From what from what Michael Gove was saying, it seems that London still continues to lead the way in terms of the number of diagnoses and number of deaths. About a third of them are happening in the London area at the moment, and the Midlands is fast catching up as the next place in terms of where diagnoses and deaths are happening. Government have been working across the board with other companies and organisations. So UCL and Mercedes-Benz have been collaborating together to produce CPAP machines, and they are on the verge of being able to deliver 10,000 of those. The government have also been sourcing a lot of ventilators as well from the EU and from other countries, and the plan is for that to be delivered to the UK for use early next week. As I discussed yesterday, the NHS Nightingale Hospital in the ExCeL Centre in East London is soon to be operational with 500 beds initially, but it has got the capacity to take up to 4,000 beds. Hopefully this is not something that we are going to need to use in the future. From everything that's been said by the NHS, it appears that they are starting to stem the tide of the infections, and the advice that the government has given seems to be working. But obviously, it's important that we continue to adhere to that, to those recommendations that the government are saying, and making sure that we continue to keep safe in these times. The last thing I wanted to mention was that the police powers that came about as a result of the coronavirus bill that was published last week and made law, there was a lot of confusion across police forces across the country because some forces were not using it appropriately. As an example, Derbyshire Police Force were using drones to try and catch people out in terms of going out and stuff, and also they dyed the Blue Lagoon black in Buxton because they wanted to deter people from using the lagoon as a place to go out. So guidance has been issued, and it's more about using common sense policing. Lawyers have also spoken quite extensively about this, just saying what you can and can't do. Anyway, thank you very much, and thank you very much for listening to my COVID-19 daily update. Remember, in these important times, we need to stay at home, we need to look after ourselves, look after our own well-being, and as the UK government have said, stay at home, protect the NHS, save lives, and that's the bottom line because the Kank said so.